Hello, it is Joey Skinner here. The book that I read was The Killer's Tears. It is by Anne Laura Bordox. It is a realistic fiction novel. The reason that I picked this book was because, I liked the cover of the book, to be honest. It was kind of interesting. It wasn't really, too much or too little. It was just, caught my eye. What the book is about is there's a young boy named Polo Verdo, and he lives on a farm with his parents. And then this man named Angel Algeria comes and kills his parents, and he spares the child because he thought the child was normal, and then he just felt something special about the child. So he spared the child and basically became a father to the child. And what happened in the book is that a man named Luis shows up to the farm. He's a very rich man, with a lot of money, and he wants to buy part of the farm and live on it with with Angel and Paulo, because he also sees something special in Paulo. He thinks he's a cute kid, and that he could be kind of a mentor for him. So later on in the book, they end up leaving the farm, and they go to Punta Arenas, towards the city. And I forgot to mention that Ango was he was a murderer. He's killed many people in the past, and he will end up killing many people in the future in the book. So they head towards Punta Arenas because the farm, all the animals started to die, and winter was harsh. So they head towards the city, start more of a new life for Paulo, because they don't want him growing up on a deadbeat farm. So basically, it just shows their whole journey that they take to get there, because it was kind of back then, so there wasn't cars, really, planes yet. So they took animals on they used animals for transportation. So it was pretty cool. And then you're gonna have to read the book to see what happens towards the end, because it's a pretty good ending in my opinion. So the main character is in the book. The main character is Polo Verdo. He's the young child who beginning of the book he's a young child, and by the end of the book he's about 18 years old. And at the last page, actually, he becomes an adult and gets married and has a child. But yeah, Paulo is a young child. He's very energetic. He ends up loving Ango, and he really does like Louise until something that happens, but you'll have to read to find out what happens in there. But yeah, and then Ango is also he's also a main character in the book. He's a killer who doesn't really have much feelings for anyone, and he was kind of depressed until he finds Paulo, which kind of changes his whole mindset about living life and stuff like that. The setting of the book, like I said, it takes place on a farm where Paulo and his original parents lived before Ango comes and kills them. But the actual setting, the country, takes place in Chile, in South America. And then, like I said, they end up traveling to Punta Arenas. It's where the second part of the book kind of takes place. A way that I was connected through the book, it's not really people getting murdered in my life and stuff. It's more about how Paulo, parts in the book when he loses his parents, and then Ango comes over and is kind of like a father, and then Luis is kind of a mentor. Parts in the book, Paulo becomes kind of stressed out. He kind of becomes a little stressed, and then at one part he almost kills himself by jumping off a bridge, and I can kind of relate to that because sometimes schoolwork can interfere with soccer, and I have soccer practice 4 nights a week, and if I have too much schoolwork one night and I have homework, and I have soccer practice, it can kind of be overwhelming in a way where I get stressed, and I sometimes I'll just procrastinate and not do my work. But yeah, that's some way I can connect to the book. And then the theme in the book, and the message that the novel is trying to communicate, I believe it was about how a man or a person. Okay, let me just restart. A person, basically Ango, who comes into life, who's kind of feeling down, and that doesn't really like have any remorse for life or anything like that. That his whole mindset can be changed just by one child, a child who gives him a chance, a child who loves him and who wants to be with him. And that's what I believe the theme is, that like maybe everyone deserves a second chance. Everyone should like feel a certain type of good way for them to succeed in life. And yeah, that's what I believe the message and the theme is about. So I would recommend reading this book. It's not that long of a book. It's about 162 pages. It's a good book. I believe if you like the realistic fiction, I thought it was a good book. That's just my recommendation. You should probably read it. It's a good book. That was my book talk, and Joey Skinner signing off.